Hey, what's up? Okay, trading recap for today. It is 27th of May 2025. Now it's 12:34 a.m. right? If you can take a look at my computer screen at the bottom right. So that's the timing for today. Alright, so recap on what has happened today. That was yesterday, so last Friday, 23rd May. So we'll fast forward to today. As you can see, there are actually 3 setups that I technically took, but to be honest, I didn't take both of these trades, right? It was just a forward testing, right? During my office hour, I decided to take a look to see whether my setup actually worked during the London session, but unfortunately you can see the first session it didn't work. Second session, it looked the second trade actually it went pretty well. So let's just do a recap from the London session since I have actually did some charting. Alright, so I'll do a replay. I'll go back to the charts. So actually, usually my day starts at about 9 a.m. right? 9 a.m. when I wake up for work. Right, I actually have a full-time job trying to make forex trading work out for me. Alright, so based on this, it seems like it looks like a downtrend, right? So let's move on to the next few candles. Actually, in the morning, I technically glanced through and I see that these are the kind of movements that are actually happening. I don't think anything much will happen out of these movements because usually I wait for confirmations. So let me do some plotting here for you. Okay, so like for example, usually what I'd like to look out for is the candles, right? This type of movement when it comes up here, right? What I want to do is, because this candle here broke this high, I will wait for a retest with at the same time I look for some kind of like an entry candle on in my instance I look for bullish, engulfing, or basically big solid candles with lesser wicks, so in hope for it to rise again, right? So this is my game plan for this morning. What actually happened, we'll wait for it to come down. Alright, so actually this candle looks good, but the second candle looks iffy. Just move this so you can see second candle looks iffy. This looks iffy as well, not very good. Then it seems like it reversed a bit. Long wick basically is indecision, right? Doji again, double dojis. We'll wait for the next setup again. Next. Alright, see, this basically doesn't give me a good entry, but after that, look at this. These 2 candles basically looks good to me, so that's the reason why I took this particular trade. So in terms of trading, basically I just want to make it clear that nothing is confirmed, everything is random up to probability. In a random market, it's going to be 50-50, right? People keep talking about age and all these sort of things. I think age do play a part. It's more of like your experience in the market that determines whether you'll know whether it goes up or down based on historical movement. But based on historical movement, it doesn't mean today will happen the same thing again, right? So let's take a look at what happened here. I mean, in hindsight, we already know that this is a losing trade. So let's say I took this entry, right? I actually posted in the Discord group. So later I'll share with you our Discord group. I actually worked with one of a friend, right? An online friend that we met through an online course, right? And we actually got in touch, so we decided to try to build up a community. So later I'll share more, and you can find the link to join the Discord in the description of this video below. Right, so as you can see, I'll go candle by candle. Right, now all these are weak city, right? So I don't think it's good. I believe it's going to lose, and actually, to be honest, what I was thinking is once it breaks this particular candle here, right? Once it breaks this candle, technically it's a loss. So if you watch my other videos, you know that usually I'll put my stop loss at the swing low. So this was a swing low and it came up to my entry. Then my stop loss I'll usually just put slightly lower than my swing low, right? So yep, that's what's happening. Next, right? Next, right? So this candle actually technically broke this low. So this way, personally, if I'm in this trade, I will actually close this trade now, because it actually break the lows. It's making a new low based on market structure. New lows, nothing good. It's going to go lower even further. So after that, if you take a look, it actually reversed, right? But end of the day, it bye-bye. Right, so we lose the trade. But notice, now I'm trying to stay agile, right? Whatever the market is showing me now, I'm at the now moment, which is what Mark Douglas always say. I'm actually reading his book now. Take a look, right? His book is called Trading in the Zone. So I'm actually reading his book. Pretty nice book, right? Teach you a lot about psychology, how to approach the market. If you don't have it, highly recommend you get one. Not sponsoring anything. Spend my own money, got the hard copy, $110, bloody hell, so expensive. But I think it's a good investment. Right, so now moving on. The next position that I actually took, if you notice, is actually just right after I got stopped out. So we'll see the next candle, right? Notice that just now I said that once it breaks this low, technically I feel that it is going to reverse. So this way, if you take a look here, this candle, technically there was a reverse. And like I said, my entry earlier on was two big candles, strong candles with less wicks. Same goes for these two. These two actually hit my requirement. So what actually happened was, I drew a stop loss. Okay, my stop loss, I actually targeted this high, right, swing high, and it came down, right? Then stop loss just above my swing high. Then I take this trade. So just fast forward real quick, because the video is already about 7 minutes. I want to actually go through the actual trading that I actually did on my live account. Right, so basically what happens was, this is actually the 1:1 setup. So alright, this is 1:1. If you take a look here, 1:1. Right, I noticed that the candle actually did this. Once it hit here, this low here, technically this is about, let's see, this is a 0.9. Technically I would say that this is actually a winning setup. I actually hit my 1R already. So basically the whole idea of me taking profit is, I don't take profits, I take stop losses. So if that's the case, 1R I will go to break even, 2R go to 1R, 3R I'll move my stops to 2R. So that's how I do it. I don't want to miss a trending market per se, right? Later I can make, if time permits, I will show you an old trade that I did. It actually went up to about 4R, but I took a 3.8 or 3.6R actually, because my rules is once it hits midnight, I'm out of the trade. So yeah, I'll just go back to this. Alright, okay, so we'll carry on. Alright, but eventually, right, it actually hit my 1R. Right, so when this happens, technically this is when you move to 1R, your break even. But I did it earlier at this point here because it looks like it's going to reverse, and it actually hit close to my 1R already. So end of the day, it actually went further. If you take a look, right, this is a nice movement. Let's see how low it went. It went to 1.75R. Then it just went on left and right, and the market actually opened. Right, although the market opened, I noticed that okay, this is still making a low. So I think, yep, maybe it's still going down, a downtrend. But then what happened was, there was this particular candle movement here, right? So what happened is this actually broke the structure. It broke this structure here, this high. So if that's the case, I actually decided that I will exit the trade around here. Why did I exit here? That's the question. But basically when this happened, technically I'm already out of the trade, right? So you can see actually I exited here. Oh yeah, it was 9:05. I was not at the market. Actually I went for my acupuncture session, so yeah, but I didn't exit at this candle. But basically when the market opened up, I was actually supposed to exit around here, right? Because London is London, New York is New York. I'm not going to mix them up together. So yep, basically end of the day is a 0.8 R. So positive, this is negative, right? So end of the day, this is still a negative 0.82, so it's 0.18%. Basically, right? This is a loss on the London session. But since I didn't take it, I just wanted to do a recap to share with people my ideas. Now, I'm at New York session, right? The game, I love New York. New York has good volume. But unfortunately, as you saw just now, before I even do the playback, it was a break-even trade, but I'll just run through my thought process. So yep, this is actually an uptrend. By right, if I was greedy, I didn't follow my rules, I should already take this position here, put it here or here, but I rather this position here, or I should take this particular position. But this is FE, right? Because it didn't break the previous high. So technically this is not a setup, but this might be a potential setup. But my rules is always, my setup is always, I want to have a retest. Right? So this is actually the position that I was looking at. So here, go up, right? Sorry, this is not the one. Basically here, right? It went all the way down here. It made a, is this a new low? Let me see if this is a new low. Yeah, it was actually a new low. If you take a look here, right? This is a new low. So here to here to here, then it broke. So since it broke, what's next is I need a retest and go up. That's the whole game plan. Very simple. Don't need to think so much about it. What? Fibonacci, moving average, fuck that shit. You don't need it. Right? So yep, that's take it as it is. So this is not my actual position. My actual position is here. Let's go next candle, next candle. Right, this is good. This is actually my setup. At the same time, it actually broke this candle. If you take a look here, alright. So since it break, I think this is a good setup. I actually took a trade here. So just some education advice. When you take a trade, please always do calculate your lot size. Determine what is your loss, then calculate your lot size. If you don't know how to calculate your lot size, I will do it now right in front of you. So I use my FX book. Okay, so my pair is XAU USD. So it's a gold pair. So you can choose your currency pair here. It'll be a bit small, right? Account size is a 100k FTMO account. I swap with 1%. Of course, if you want it to be actual dollars and cents, you can change it to money. So I can, let's say I risk $250 for example. Okay, but in my case, I'm risking 1,000, which is 1% of my 100k account. Alright, so based on this, I actually defined my entry. So this is my entry. My stop loss is actually following this low here, slightly lower. So this is 12363. If you take a look at here, right, this area here. So that's actually my stop loss. So 1263, I'll enter here 1263. Now I hit calculate, you'll see that they actually tell me the lot size. Very simple. Now you just need to go into your trading terminal, input 0.79 as your lot size, and put a limit order. Okay. So my limit order is basically at this position here. I'll go to this position here, put a limit order for this for 0.79 loss. And what happened? Next candle, I got tapped in. Right? Now, when this happens, what usually I do is I don't want to look at it. I want to keep my analysis pure. I thought that it will go up. I just leave it to the odds of probability. Anything can happen. It's 50-50. So I went to read my book, play Mobile Legends whatsoever, just to get my mind off this whole thing. Okay, so what happened was this. I actually closed my trade at midnight. So this is midnight now. That's 49 minutes ago, right? So I'm doing a recap just after this. So in the beginning, oh, this looks very good. I'm in profit there. But after that, bye bye. It went down. Okay, still a bit profit. Then this bearish movement. Oh, I shit my pants, bro. What is this? Lose money, right? But end of the day, think about it. All these are floating profit and loss. You will only recognize it when you close the position. So technically, I'm thinking in terms of probabilities. What will happen when I enter a trade? You will either lose or win. That's it. Or in my case now, is break even. I don't expect the market to give me the profit. I don't expect it to go my way. I expect it to do its thing. Think about that. Alright? So end of the day, it went up, consolidated, blah blah blah, and when this candle happened, right? Notice that it was a bullish candle, right? But I didn't exit here. I actually exited when it was actually a break even, just a few seconds after the candles open. So this is my rule. I always exit at midnight. I don't want to let it go longer, because the longer it goes, based on my past experience, I've been trading Forex for about 2 years. Unfortunately, still unprofitable, but leave it as it is. Usually when midnight comes, it's just going to reverse or go sideways all the way until Tokyo session, right? So basically this is what has happened for today. This is my trade analysis. Look at it, it's going up now, so that's very nice. The highest it went was 0.43, so technically it's a 0.43 profit, but no FOMO. Rules is rules. I got to follow my rules. I'm going to be very rigid with my rules. I'm going to follow it to the T. Alright, so yeah, that's 17 minutes of the video. Is a pretty long one, but as promised, just want to give you a quick look. Basically, I have a group with my friend, right, Mr. Mario. Can't really see his name here, but basically Mr. Mario, right? Yeah, I'm here sharing my trade ideas. Basically, whatever I talked about earlier on, right, in this video, all are here. We have a general chat just to talk together. And we have a new guy that joined in. So currently it's only 3 members. Hope to grow it further, right? If you want to join this Discord group, you can just hit on the link in my description, right? So if there's nothing else, I think I'm going to call this a day. I'm going to have a good sleep. Break-even day is still a profitable day, right? If there's anything else, you can actually hit me on the comment section or catch up in Discord, right? Peace.